Hey, what's up? All right, I'm putting them live everywhere, and then we'll just get rolling like we usually do. All right. All right, I put that I am on literally everywhere. How's everyone doing today? All right, I need to make sure that everything's working. I don't know why the YouTube chat isn't working. Oh, I guess it is. Hope everyone's doing good. What's up, Hoople, and all the people that are on YouTube? Yes. R.I.P. to Ozzy. So there has been a change in meta. People are starting to actually bid things and hold them for a while again, which is good. The clips on Twitter that I've been putting out have been absolutely crushing it recently, so I'm really happy about that. Cards is absolutely printing right now. Everyone's going off about Pokemon cards and RWA and all that stuff. I definitely should have sized that better, but whatever. What's up, I check chart? So first and foremost, I wanted to hop on and I wanted to talk about the stuff that has gone on in the past day. And then I'll sit there and I'll probably spend some time going through different coins that I'm looking at, different stuff that I'm seeing on Twitter. We might even just scroll Twitter for a little bit. You guys can see how curated my Twitter account is. It's insane. And then we're going to go back because I'll just flip you guys around. We can just get started talking about everything. So first, I think the big thing that happened that a lot of people know about is the creator coins. So Mitch's coin launched. It went to 40 mil FDV and now it's at 12. I wonder how this is going to play out because so far all the other creator coins have somewhat been a similar pattern here. That Poke meta will come and go, I feel, last April 24. Glad to see you on. I unfollowed almost everyone besides you. Yeah, the Twitter timeline right now is very weird. It's you have these influencers that are crashing out pretty hard. And it's I think a lot of people that were very grifty realized that they couldn't grift as hard or their motion has been depleted because if you think about it, back in the day, there used to be influencers that had a lot more pull. And I feel like right now, it doesn't even really matter. Stuff only runs if it's actually good. And I think that there's people that want to be making money in the market right now and are very much so failing to do so. And I think that there's a huge crash out because of that. But here's the thing, the Pokemon market itself has been going up for the past 3 years basically. And it really has been popping off for the past year specifically. It's been going crazy. I have been buying cards for 3 years, and like my entire Pokemon collection is up so much. And it's funny because I'm starting to see people, they're like, how do I get into Pokemon and stuff? I'm like, man, I'm selling all my cards. Like, I'm actually gonna, like, I set aside a pile of cards and they're like pretty high value, and I'm just going and I'm gonna sell them because I bought like a lot of these cards for like they're all up like 2 or 3x from where I bought them from, and they're not as easy to move as, let's say, like crypto, where you can just click a button and instantly sell them. Do I do sealed or singles? I collect I have sealed stuff, but my main bet has been on like graded stuff. Like I don't do raw single cards. Sealed stuff goes up over time anyway. I have like a whole wall of ETBs and like other sealed shit, but my main thing that I was doing is I was speculating on what specific cards I thought would go up. And so I was buying like all the biggest chase cards in PSA 10. I should have bought a lot more, but I was buying them with the thought of not selling them for a very long time. And what ended up happening was I bought these cards over the past 2 years. They're all pumping super hard. And I'm like, well, if there was ever a time for me to sell this stuff, Bubble Mew, I do have a Bubble Mew. I paid $7.50 for it in a 10. And I have it on my shelf over here. First time you've caught me live? Well, that's my fault because I've been streaming at like 11 o'clock Eastern at night. I didn't really have too much on my schedule today. I have work to do and whatever, but I was just like, all right, I'll spend the next 2 hours on stream and hang out and get some good clips. And I should have posted a clip before I got on. I might do that while I'm on anyway. Pelbo said, I value your character in genuine way. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and awareness to others. That's a very nice way to put it. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that a lot. Somebody said earlier, let's see, most of the influencers are farmers. I think there's definitely been like a major crash out from like, there's some influencers that made a lot of money and then lost it. And now they're realizing that the market is so hard to trade that there's not like a lot of like free money to be made. Even if you like, if you have a big account, the free money only comes if you are like legitimately farming or if you are partnered with good brands. So for example, like I get offers to work with brands all the time, but I only really like to work with people that either have really good offers and I like them, or well, I guess that's like the main thing. I haven't partnered with anybody in a while, but I am partnering with a gambling site and a trading bot soon. And so those are going to be good. But you guys know I don't really like push coins too much actually at all. Like I hardly buy a coin and then go and chill it. Have you seen Sendy? It's all over TikTok and stuff. I don't know what the ceiling can be for that. No, I haven't. Let me look into it though. A lot of times, like I'll just completely fade shit like this, and then it'll come back to bite me in the ass. I'll look at the coin later, and it'll have just mooned. No, I haven't seen this. Shit has no volume. This 6-7 coin has been going crazy. They've been pushing this really hard. Damn, this pumped really hard today. Damn, this dude has been sizing in heavily. How much of this does he own? That's a good play by him. Have I made any nice trades in the past week? Yeah, I traded cards and I traded troll. Those two. So those are like the two mainly that I traded. I didn't trade cards very well. I made like 3K on it. Did I get in early on Troll? No. My last buy on Troll was I did 100 grand at 145 mil market cap, and I sold at 200 mil the other day. Any Department of War coins looking at? No, I'm not buying any of that stuff. Yeah, Augustus, I hopped on early. My main style of trading is I've always been a mid cap trader where I would buy coins that are already somewhat established that I can swing trade, because with more established stuff, you can kind of like DCA into it if it goes lower than your entry. And if you buy the right stuff, then it's not just going to go to zero in one candle. Like you could have some time to like check sentiment. Like I didn't trade Annie, but Annie would have been like a good example of a coin where it's like if you were DCAing that, there's like a certain point where you're like, this thing's not bouncing and you could cut. What's my opinion on useless? I wouldn't trade it. Let's put it like that. It had a crazy run. It had some good swings in there here and there. It obviously got listed by Coinbase. I just would rather be liquid for other stuff that I think is worth more. Like or that has more upside. Like for example, I would trade Troll 100 times over useless for sure. Do I think that devs are being more incentivized than traders? Yes. I made a post about that the other day where I basically said that all these launchpads are coming out and what they're doing is they're incentivizing devs because they want more coins to be launched. Like you got to think about it from the perspective of a launch pad. How do they make money? They make money from the coins being launched, not whether or not they do well. And so from their point of view, they're not sitting there saying, how can we make the experience better and get more traders in? They're like, how can we get more devs to launch more coins, which in turn makes the trading experience a lot worse for people. And so we're like moving into this spot where because there are so many coins being launched and people are tired of it, people are waiting for coins to become more established, like this coin or like cards or troll or whatever. And people are wanting to put more money into those coins instead of trenching new pairs, because even if there is a new runner, it's just going to get vamped. Like we've seen it a million times. And people are so sick and tired of the same wallets vamping and PvPing these new narrative news coins and stuff like that, that it's just like that style of trading is, in my opinion, being phased out. And so what's going to end up happening is either you start finding good quality coins and these communities start to form and you go back to like the days of working for bags and hoping that coins go from like 5 million to 30 million, opposed to everybody just sitting looking for like the next 100K Elon tweet. So I think honestly a big portion of that does come down to the launch pads. There's so many launch pads and there's so much PvP that they basically changed the game because traders don't have the same incentives that these devs have. So yeah, I definitely think that that's what we're seeing right now, and I like it. I would prefer there to be more mid cap coins, and I'd prefer people to go out and buy stuff that they want to hold. And we can get back into like a holding mentality of good stuff, and we move away from the whole like everybody just PvPing each other to death in low caps. That was a great clip. Whoever asked that, Dammy, thank you. That's going to be my first clip of the day. I'm going to post that whenever I get off. Thanks for that. Good question. And by the way, regardless of whether or not that was a clip, I wholeheartedly believe everything that I just said. I think everything that I said is true and valid, and I would be very shocked if people disagree with me on that. I think the only people that would disagree with that sentiment of what I just said is people who love to trench 10K market cap shitters. Do I think there will be an alt season this Q4? If I had to guess, I would say no. I'm not buying alts. A lot of people are begging for an alt season because they want to make money, but I don't really know how much people really believe that there's going to be an alt season. And then here's the other thing: even if there is an alt season, it's only going to be specific coins. Like, it's not, I don't think that if, let's say that there is an alt season, the entire market is not just going to pump. It's going to be very specific coins that have users and shit. You're not going to have people going and pumping dead blockchains, like dead L1s that are in the top 100 just for the sake of doing it. People have moved into a thing where they like want to buy coins that people use. So for example, if there's an alt season, I think Solana would pump. ETH has already gone on a run, but like not a lot of people use ETH directly. I could see Solana pumping. I could see AVAX pumping. Oddly enough, maybe Polygon, Sui, I guess. There's a couple that are out there, but like BNB has been mooning forever. Stuff like that. I hate that devs can launch a coin for pennies and bundle it, and then on top of that, they get creator fees. I personally think it should cost more SOL to make coins or make it harder to launch, and I completely agree with your take. Yeah, well, so what I've been doing is I've been spending a lot of time, because I'm sure you guys have seen my clips. Like, you guys have seen the stuff that I've put out on Twitter recently, and obviously, like, that comes from the heart. And one thing, so I don't really respond to like a lot of my comments because I don't really want to get into it a lot of the time, and there's just a lot of them, so it's like really hard to respond to everything. But one thing that there will be like a couple trolls that'll go into my DMs, and what they'll do, or not my DMs, but like they'll go into my comments and they'll be like, you know, you seem to bitch and complain a lot about like this stuff. Like, what is the solution? I've been thinking about what the solution is, and I've used ChatGPT to think about what a solution is. And unfortunately, there really isn't a solution to the problem. The main thing that would have to happen is that Pump Fund directly would have to push the narrative. They would have to say, we are going to incentivize traders. We want less coins. We want more runners. That's what we want, and that's what we're going to work towards, so that everybody in the rest of the space can say, oh, wow, like that Pump Fund is going to be doing this. Things are going to change. And then if they help push it forward, then we will move in that direction. That's like the main thing that I can think of. Creating another Launchpad and trying to gain users and overthrow Pump Fund is already hard enough as it is. And so I don't necessarily think that that is the solution. I think it really comes down to the fact that Pump Fund holds all of the market share. They hold the mind share. People care about them the most. And if the market was going to move into a place where more coins were going to run and there was no PvP, it would come from Pump Fund saying, we're going to fix this problem. We're going to attempt to fix this problem. We are going to, you know, de-incentivize PvP. Like, we're going to help push one runner, like, you know, that kind of thing. That's how it would change. That's like the main thing. Now, I'm not saying that there couldn't be other situations that come in, and there could be people that try to fix it and whatever. But if you're talking about like the most immediate solution, it would come from Pump Fund telling the community that this is something that they want and everybody then being on board with it. So that's like what, in my opinion, that's how I think things would change. But based off of the stuff that they do, it seems like they want more coins launched. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Dammy said, and that's never going to happen because more coins equals more revenue for Pump Fund. Basically. Yeah, pretty much. So you see that like the changes that they make are more towards devs. And you know what? Cooker actually made a really good tweet about this the other day. He said this right here. So deploying has gotten so normalized, especially with the state of how good fees are. Is it just better to deploy than trade? Does it make sense to just deploy off every Elon tweet and rake in trading fees from main wallets? Like deploying used to be so taboo, but now even the best traders are deploying, and it's not like you deploy them with any percent bot. At least you know you won't get rugged at 40K to 10K with all these PvPs that start off with like 30% dev. And I said, pretty much the state of things. And he said, right, I swear I'm not tripping. People are like, if everyone keeps deploying, no traders will be left. Okay, sounds good. At least I don't have to guess PvPs over and over. And so, yeah, that's the mindset that a lot of people are moving towards, where there's less risk to deploy because you barely have to put up any capital. Like, for example, based off of what Cooker is saying, if you just sit there all day long, how much does it cost to deploy a coin? $2 or $3. You could sit there and you could just deploy over and over and over and over again. And then if one of them pops off, not only do you make up how much you've put into like all the other coins, but you get creator fees for that coin until eternity. And imagine like you do something like that, you're basically tossing out lottery tickets all over the place, because what if you end up deploying the next troll or the next fart coin or the next any of those? You will literally make millions of dollars from those fees based on the way that the fee structure is set up at this current point. And so it's like, I think that's where people are moving towards, where they're saying you used to be able to take $50 and ape it into a coin and like go for 20 to 30x or something like that. But now it's like, even if you buy $50 worth of the right coin at Moons, oh, someone's just going to launch another PvP. The one that you're in is going to die, and it limits the ceiling because everyone knows, oh, what if there's another one that comes out? Am I in the right one? Is this the first one? Is this that, or whatever? And so that's like where we are at this point, is that the ceiling for turning a little bit of money into a lot of money is much lower than it used to be. And the ceiling for you deploying and hoping that whatever coins you launch end up getting picked up and then you collect creator fees on it, that's right there. Everything that I just explained, that is the disconnect between the current state of the market, is that by having more coins be launched and then the trading experience being worse for people, people are trading less stuff. There's less traders. People don't want to do it because they don't want to lose money. Like they don't want, like if the playing field is the way that it is, then they don't want to put themselves into a situation where their risk to return is not great. And so what's happening is, instead of even bothering with any of these new coins, people are just aping into established coins like Troll or USDUC or like any of these, or 6-7, or like any of these other coins that are a little bit higher, because they're like, whatever, I'll just put my money into that. I'll catch like a 50 to 100% on a little bit more size. I can go step away from my computer all day and I don't even need to be there. And I can go and I can sell and collect my money, and I don't even have to contribute to all the bullshit. So that's kind of like the way that things are with that. Man, Dammy, I owe you. You're helping me print, like, I'm gonna get at least 100K views on both of those clips, and those were both your your statements. Let's go, Dammy. Damn, the dogs literally just aped 40K into the top of this chart. Bro isn't even waiting for a retrace. That's crazy. I feel like I say this often, by the way. Like I do feel like I've been a broken record repeating this, but I want to say it in chat. I want to say it on the stream, and I want to make clips and I want to post it up there because my contribution right now is not going to be deving coins. Like my contribution and the way that I'm treating the market right now is just this. I'm waiting for good coins to pop up. I'm scalping them with size. I've made really good money the past month. So like I'm really happy about that. And meanwhile, trading these mid caps and stuff that I can put a good amount of money into and make a lot of money by buying higher caps, I am then also making content and clipping and posting all this stuff because eventually the louder that I am on this, people are going to say, okay, I agree with Ash. What can we do to potentially make things better? You never know the eyes that this will land on. And I'm also just trying to help. Like, if there's somebody who has been constantly getting rinsed on 10K market cap shitters because they keep copy trading streamers, maybe it's time to like cool off on doing that. Like maybe it really takes somebody saying, "Hey, like the risk to return on doing this right now maybe isn't the best." Do I think Soul will go higher? Over time, yeah. On Pump Fund, first buyer pays the deploy fee, so it's free to deploy because some bot or sniper will always pay. See, I have never, I've never deployed a coin, so I have no idea how much it even costs. I really wish I had sized into this better. After I saw this right here, I thought that it was gonna dump a little bit more. I'm sad that I didn't size more right there. Man, I'm hungry. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for food today. What advice do I have for people with a 1 to 5 soul balance if they wanted to trade and make it in these current market conditions? I would trade coins that are more established. I would trade stuff over 2 million and I would go for 20 to 30 to 40 to 50% moves over and over again and I would just do that. And it might take a little bit longer, but the fact is like if you only have 5 soul and you're really trying to make it, you have two options. One, you can trench 10K market cap shitters and you can gamble down there where it's like much riskier, or you can buy a little bit more established stuff and you can slowly build a bag in a safer way. So that's what I would do. But people are never going to listen to me on that because it's not enticing. Like it's not that people just don't want to do that. People want to be like a streamer. Like they just want coins that are going to go up in 2 seconds, but they have the biggest risk. And so, yeah, I don't know what this is, but Damn, this rugged. So do I swing trade more than you hold? Yes. And that's how I made a good amount of the money that I made in AI season is I literally papered every single coin early, but I was making money on like every single AI coin. I would just size in, get a good whatever it may be, like 50%, and I would just move on and find another entry. I've always been a mid cap swing trader. And I think that's one of the reasons why people don't take me as seriously, even though I've outperformed a majority of the people that are on crypto Twitter, is literally because I don't trade the way that is glorified. I don't trench. I don't like go for 10K market cap coins all the time. And I think that people have discredited me as a trader because they don't think that I'm a trencher. When in reality, I'm one of the people that has constantly aped big size into coins and helped create volume and runners and etc. Also within Kanto, there have been people that I've said, like, look, if you just scalp consistently on larger cap stuff, get in, get out, do that, go for 20, 30, 40, 50% over and over again, you're going to stack your bag. You're going to be positioned to have liquidity for better plays when they pop up. And if you sit there and if you rinse all your money in brand new coins, which is what happens to most people, like you're going to set yourself back. And there's a lot of people that have joined Kanto that just do not listen to me on that. And so there's been a lot of people that have come in, and they've left, and, you know, just it happens like that. Oh my God, this pumped all the way back? No way. What the fuck, dude? Oh my God. Don't stop running till you're long gone. Oh, 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 oh. Time to remove Icon from my list. It over. When do you think we see favorable market conditions return? I traded the AI meta and would have 3 to 7 plays a day and coins over 10 to 20 mil. I don't know when it comes back, and I'm not really concerned with when it comes back. I'm just going to trade the market the way it is now. And when the market comes back to a better situation, kind of like it was back in the day, then I will be here and I will be trading it and I will be scalping in and out and I will continue to do the same thing. Uh, No, man, for real, your content is the best because you're most in tune with the market. The Cup C style is overplayed. I'm not going to tell people what to do. There's some people that have had success and it's done well for them. So, you know, people can try to do whatever they want. I've never zeroed out um of the market, and I have basically just been consistent, and it just took me like a couple years to do it. What are my current positions? I have stable coins, Bitcoin, and MOG. The only reason why I'm holding MOG is because, and I would have rotated out of MOG, but I've been too lazy to sell it and then move it over to Sol. But there have been 3 different times in the past 2 weeks where I should have sold my MOG and aped it into something else on Solana. I absolutely hate trading on ETH. I hate EVM. There's no volume there. Nobody's buying shit. And I am fucking sick of it. gonna be alright if you just stop taking it over. How much soul do you hold when you trench? What's your process on how you move soul out of wallets after profit? All I do is trade out of stables. So like if I was gonna buy this coin right now, it's at 1.7 mil. I have some Solana, so I would probably just ape that. But generally speaking, if I was gonna buy a coin like cards, for example, I would go on like Jupiter and I would swap stables directly into it or on Troll. And then when it goes up, I sell it like back into stables. Like I'm at a point where I don't currently swap into Sol at all. I swap from stables into whatever shitter I want to ape, and then I go from that shitter into stables. I don't get it why this wallet bought 50 Sol of this coin. Can you explain? Yeah, because this is POW. And because he's pushing this coin super hard. And he wants it to do well. So that's why. Thank you, Crypto Poonsy. If I wanted to. Takes to be your next best thing. Thoughts on this being a good entry for Launchcoin? No. Wouldn't buy it. I don't think I'd buy another Launchpad coin at all. Regardless of what it is. If I started with one soul right now, what would you tell me to do to grow that one soul into actual profit? I would literally not even use it to trade, and I would sit there and I would just paper trade and I would learn and pay attention, and I wouldn't even put money into the market right now. If I was only starting with one soul, I would observe. Ash, no glaze. I really like your style of trading, and I've been inside Kanto Labs. Great group. Thank you. I appreciate you also with the comments earlier. Those are going to be some good clips. People really don't like my trading style because it's not glorified, and a lot of people have faded it, even people that have joined Kanto. I'm like, look, this is all you have to do is just sit down, realize that you have to do this for 6 to 12 months, win, lose, learn, and just stick with it over time, and you will make money. That's what I did. I'm not special. When I got into crypto, I had never traded anything. I was brand new. Back in like May of 2021, I literally had never traded stocks. I didn't trade crypto. I didn't trade anything. So I went from 4 years in 4 years, I went to now understanding this market just as well as anybody else. And I've seen tens of thousands of charts. Like I've literally seen so many charts. And it's just because I kept telling myself that there was nothing else that I really wanted to do. Like when people quit on crypto, I don't know where they go. Like that's something that I've always wondered is like if people get into crypto and meme coins and they find it and then they leave, I'm just like, what do you do? Like, where do you go that's more lucrative than this? Yo, bro, what do you think about Pump Fund new dynamic fees? Is it good or bad for the trenches? I already explained this like 20 minutes ago. But it's good for devs. It's not a great thing for traders. I'll leave it at that, and then I'll post the clip up later. How do I feel about finding meme coins on Twitter? I mean, I don't find coins on Twitter. I find them like here. back to their 9 to 5. Losing money is a scary feeling to those that only have 5K in their bank account. Okay, but when I first got into crypto, I only had a couple $1,000s too. I was working my 9 to 5. I was so willing to lose that money. I would do it a million times over. Even if I had 40K at the time and I had blown it all, like I was just going to keep going. If you want to make like real money, you can't be afraid of losing money. Solo literally lost like whatever it was, $500,000 on Kanye's coin. You think he's going to stop? No, he realizes that it's part of the game. He's not afraid to lose money. Like, yeah, it sucks, but it's like if people want to make millions, but then also are afraid to lose $1,000. And it's like, dude, you're going to lose money. Like, I lose money too. The worst thing that happened to me over the summer was that I had one really bad trade and it threw me off for like 2 months because I had no business sizing so heavily into the coin and I would not do it again. It was XBT. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I literally lost like 50 grand on that coin and I was so mad. I've blown every paycheck for the past 2 to 3 months, and I swear I'm never going to give up until I have nothing. Well, here's another thing on that. Like, if you, there's a lot of people that they spend their money on a boat, or they spend money on like gambling, or they spend money on like a different entertainment, going to concerts. And it's like, if you just push that stuff off and you say, I'm going to chill and I'm just going to put all my money into this, like, people blow money on stupid shit all the time. I feel like people just don't like the feeling of losing money, like directly losing money in a trade because it feels worse. But like, I spend money on shit like food. Like I go out and I get like good meals all the time. I don't ever think about it in the like, oh, I'm like losing money. That's not a good example, but whatever. The 10x multiplier doesn't matter. If you want to make 20 soul, it's easier to 2x 10 soul in a mid cap than turning 2 soul to 20, assuming in a lower cap. But people don't want to hear that. I'll die on this hill. Cards is sending. Is it going higher? Nah, I didn't buy the dip. That was a fumble on my part. I should have. I regret that. The fact that I only made 3K on this coin is kind of sad to me, but it's okay. This is like right up my alley too. Meme coins versus NFTs. Do you think they are the same? No, they're not the same. People think that NFTs need to be businesses. They're bricks, they're liquid, and people don't like buying them. And this isn't a meme coin, like, and it's still pumped super hard. People don't want to trade a liquid stuff. They want to trade tokens. Like, people want to trade stuff like this. So no, meme coins or just like you can call these altcoins are not, they're not gonna face the same death that NFTs did, because with NFTs, everyone was always waiting for a catalyst. They're waiting for like, oh, they basically, the death of NFTs happened when Bored Ape Yacht Club put out roadmaps, and then every other NFT project did a roadmap, and then everybody had all these expectations for NFTs. And so yeah, ever since that happened, it's like you have the NFT community that's always like begging for utility or like business, them to build businesses and stuff. And it's just like nobody gives a shit. People just want to trade. People just want to trade stuff that's liquid that moves. So what do I fucking do to get into this crypto shit and become profitable? Go on Twitter, follow people, join a group like mine, get Axiom, look at coins all day, find good wallets to track. Like, all you have to do is just be plugged in. By the way, I like cards, but at the same time, I don't really like charts that look like this. Just PTSD. This thing is up 12x in like 3 days. The fact that I saw this so low too really bothers me. 1,300%. I have no thoughts on that coin. That's what I've been doing the last couple weeks, but I just now discovered you, and it actually seems like you're a decent human, not trying to scam everyone. I mean, you could ask anybody in chat. Yeah, people need cold wallets. Like, get a Ledger or Trezor. It's definitely hard to find like good people to learn from these days when it comes to the market, because you don't know what a lot of people's intentions are. I'm at a point where it's like my my goals are to trade. I want to grow Kanto, which it is a paid group, so yeah. I mean, I guess there is like incentive for me there, right? But I've been building that for years, and there's been a lot of people that have gained a lot from being a part of the community. So it's one of those things that it's like, it's a good group. If you want to sign up, you sign up. If you don't, you don't. And then like just making content, posting clips, that kind of thing. My thing is, instead of buying coins and like pushing people down a road that where it comes to like what a lot of influencers do is like try to use like people for exit liquidity. My thing is, I'm like, I have a group and I provide value and I'm active and I help in there. And so it's like, at least I have to provide a service. And if it's not good, then people won't sign up. So it's like, people give myself and Cooker and like other people like a hard time for having a paid group, but the fact is it's like, if it wasn't worth it, then people wouldn't do it. People wouldn't pay. People wouldn't join up. Like, so do I need a clipper or someone to run a TikTok? Yes. If you are somebody who, of course, dude, Pow is pushing the fucking tits off this coin. My God. If you're somebody who clips and if you have time, I have one clipper. I work with this dude. He's awesome. I would really like to bring on another clipper. What's up, Alexa? How are things going today? Happy Friday. You don't have experience? Are you a hard-working, organized person? I could use another clipper. And if you are actually wanting to work and grow a platform, I don't mind bringing people under my wing. The guy that I'm working with right now, his name is Third. He's a mod in here. He has been so goated. He's going to be big, and I'm literally going to pull him. I'm going to pull his account up with me and help him become a big account, because he's just so good at finding my clips and organization, and he's active as fuck. See, people have asked like how you could grow on Twitter and stuff, and there's nothing better if you already have somebody that has a platform and they literally just put you on. I can't believe this is pumping so hard. Should have top blasted. Dammy, do this. Join Kanto, open a ticket. I'll get back to it later. Sound good? Alexa, what do we have going on for the weekend? We hanging out with the animals? Pow is pumping it because he's watching your stream. He's not watching my stream. I wish he was. Chilling, organizing stuff around the house. Probably go to the park. I miss going to the park. I definitely miss going to the park. The park days. I miss going outside. After I lost Tahoe, it was really sad because like now I hardly have reasons to go out. Didn't hit me that I was walking outside like multiple times a day. And now I never see the sun. So yeah, I mean, I think what I'll probably do is like look for a couple good things. Like my research is basically right now to just look for coins that I think are on good dips. I don't know if Jupiter is done pushing this, but it sure seems like it. This has been dumping for like over 2 weeks straight. This kind of looks like the Titcoin chart. More visual stimuli on top of your clips. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Editing clips and stuff like that is such a pain in the ass, and I've always gotten caught up on like wanting to edit stuff. All I want to do is just put it up. I just want to upload the clip, post it, just post as many clips as possible. Spending time editing clips and stuff has been such a waste of time. So should I join your Discord and then you kind of help from there? I mean, if you want, you can. There's a lot of people in my Discord that can help with like just experience and everything when it comes to trading. It's not just me, but I am in there like all day long anyway, so people still haven't realized this is the first breakout ICM project on chain. I immediately lose all respect for anyone that shills/promotes gambling. Definition of selling your soul. Meanwhile, also in the meme coin space, as if that's any better. Is this guy serious? Yeah. This guy goes, brother, we are literally gambling every day. Bro, what? That has to be rage bait. There's no way that guy actually, like, what? Pretty in pink. Do you guys think this car is cool? I don't. What I'm planning on doing with a car is I'm going to get a Lexus SUV. And after I get that, maybe a year or two down the road, I'm going to get a 911 Turbo S. But I don't want to get a nice, like a nice car, like a nice, like fast car until I get a house. So it's like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade my current car. And then I'd like to get a house because house. And then the next thing would be the 911 Turbo S. The next car that I'm getting is the Lexus GX 550. I have to pee like very badly. Oh yeah, Justin Bieber has a new album coming out tonight. Yeah, Cruise. I currently drive a 4Runner, so it's funny that you say that. Oh, it's already out? Fuck me then. I'm so sad I didn't size into this yesterday. I do know ball. I'm a very practical person. I like reliable cars. Everyone knows that Toyota and Lexus are the two most reliable vehicles. The thing is I'm one of those kind of people where it's like if I buy something, when I buy something, I plan to use it for like a really long time. I feel like these people on the internet that I see, at least that I see, everyone gets like a car and then they get a new car and then a new car. I'm like, Bro, buying in and out of cars like that is such a, like, you spend so much money unless like you really hate it. I'm just like, man. So the next car that I get, I'm gonna end up having it for like 15 years or something. Damn, MoonPay shield. Thoughts on Huck? I need to add this to my list too. I can delete AOL. Nobody cares about that anymore. I don't know why I have Hosico still on my list. Ain't nobody bidding this shit. Watched your videos on how to DCA dips and it seems to work great. Only problem, I lose massive amounts when DCA of Doom. Yeah, these days you have like that. Okay, when I used to make those videos, it was definitely different. The market was different. I don't DCA like that as much anymore because it's really hard to time the bottoms and we don't know when the bottom is on a lot of this stuff. And so what I've been doing is I've been DCAing, and if a coin continues to just dump and I see that volume is going down or smart wallets are selling, then I'll just cut and I'll just move on because it's just like these days are cooked. Cards is playing out exactly how I said it would. Yeah, I'm like, of all the trades in the past couple months, not sizing into this yesterday is probably like my worst miss, but it's okay. Yeah, J dude in chat, he was on point with the Hutch bottom. I don't even know what Hutch means. Any dips, you always buy 50% retraces. These days, I think top blasting good narratives and then buying dips on. Right now, what I would say is like go look at the coins that have the most volume and just trade those. What are the coins on Solana that have the most volume in the past 24 hours? Troll cards. Trade those. Man, I gotta piss. I have to piss so bad. I might piss myself live on stream. Yeah, I'll be right back. There's so much. All right, I'm back. Man, this dude DV literally has 800 fucking viewers. I can't believe this is still going up. I'm so mad. Yeah, no comment. No comment. Um, let me think. What am I doing today? Do you think it's worth to trade cards on a 50% retrace? Yes. Next time cards dumps, I'm definitely gonna buy again. I'm gonna explain why. First of all, I really like the cards narrative. I want you to think about this. Fucking Solana, dude. Go on deck screener and you look at the coins that are more established, that has volume, and basically say to yourself, what are the coins that have the most volume? Cards, Pump Fun, Tokaboo, Troll, and then this streamer coin. Damn, this dumped. I would only trade cards, Tokaboo, Troll. Pump, you'd only trade this on perps because it's too high, so it like almost doesn't even make sense to buy it spot unless you're putting in like 100 grand. And then 6, 7, I guess. But basically, you just go through and you just look at these, and you can technically filter this. So, like, I'll show you. Like, cards, for example, look at cards. $30 million in volume in the last 24 hours. But it really has 35 million across pools. And then if you go look at Tokaboo, Tokaboo has $6 million in 24-hour volume in this pool. So this has like 7 million in volume. And then you look at Troll. Troll, 5.6 mil on this. Over two pools. This has like 12 million, maybe, no, more, like 13 or 14 mil. So these coins are the coins to trade. Mid caps, in my opinion. The stuff that has the most volume, that is not an obvious scam. Like, I don't know what the fuck simp coin is. Yeah, this is just some random bullshit. I'm so cards lined. It's fucking insane. I'm so cards lined. Goddamn. What are my thoughts on Wojak? I don't have an opinion on Wojak. Let's put it like this, though. If I had bought yesterday, if I had bought cards, I would already be out. I would have been selling into this pump the whole time. I'm so cards lined. Why am I such a bitch? Should start wearing these when I'm streaming. Dude, this is still pumping. Like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, they are. These are blue light glasses. I like them a lot. They help, no doubt. I forget to put them on though because I don't normally wear glasses. So like for me, it's not an immediate go to. Which are those? Whatever is the main company. Gunner. What do they help with? It blocks the blue light and it reduces strain on your eyes and you get less headaches and it's better for you if you're sitting on your computer all day long because it just blocks out all of the shit that like tears up your retinas. Yeah, get a pair of these. If you sit at your computer all day long, you got to get a pair of these. They're super helpful. Like it makes everything so much better. When I'm streaming, I forget to wear them. But when I'm sitting here at my desk just like by myself and not on stream, I always wear them. Did this just rug? Yep. New pairs, am I right? Do we gamble? Do we trench? All right, let's pretend I put one soul in here at 130K. Am I going to make or lose money? Let's just pretend. Oh man, I would have made a little bit of money there. Nice. I didn't want to take the trade though. What are these called? They're called Gunner blue light glasses. I got mine on Amazon. They were like $40 or something. It's funny. I saw this literally dump when I saw like the number on here going down. I don't understand why people like getting farmed. Like, it is unbelievable to me, man. Any difference between the blue light settings on the monitor and glasses? Yeah, big time. Big time. The main thing is when you put on the blue light settings on your screen, it makes it look like shit, like really bad. But if you don't have the settings on your monitor, but you wear the glasses, it looks a lot better. So it's like you'd know you'll if you went and bought a pair of glasses and you just turned on like the blue light thing. If you turn the blue light thing on your monitor on when you're not wearing the glasses, you're gonna be like, wow, this actually looks like shit. These are like they're kind of like sunglasses, but they're not really that they're not dark. They add like a tint. So it's like a different like shade, but yeah. See, here I am helping out people. Do I prefer tinted over untinted in terms of what? Mm. Ugh. Blue light glasses? I have no idea. I don't know what the difference is. I bought these like years ago. Maybe there's new blue light glasses tech that I'm not aware about. Oh, I know what you're saying because they have like clear ones and then they have like ones that are not clear. I just wear these ones that have like the tint. I see what you're saying because I remember that there were some that like don't have. I know what you're saying. So said and done. I know I'm right away. Yeah, I didn't know that. Anyway, everyone should go get blue light glasses, especially if you're trading, especially if you're using your computer all day long. I like I said, I just forget to wear them sometimes because like I've never worn glasses before. I might trade this. We'll see. Why is this selling off so hard? This seems kind of a little much. All right, bros. Join Kanto, join the Discord. If you hop in, if anybody joins up into the Discord and you at me in public chat, I will give you a couple free weeks of access so that you can hang out in Kanto. Join the Discord. I'll give you some free access. You guys can hop in. Just tag me in public chat. Just say like, "Hey, I'm from stream." And I will do that. So, do that. I'm getting off. I'm going to post some clips. I'm going to also go eat and hang out for a little bit. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it a lot. like I said, just join Kanto, tag me in public chat, give me like 20 minutes or whatever, because I want to get up and probably take a shit and some stuff. And then I don't know if I'm going to be streaming this weekend because there's going to be football on. So maybe at night I'll stream. But yeah. Appreciate the alpha. Yeah, man. Join Kanto, like I said. I mean, I hang out in there all the time, so you'll see like what I'm trading on a daily basis and shit. But yeah, hey, I appreciate you guys coming by. Sorry I'm not trading so much on stream. I think I'm like erring on the side of not trading as much when I'm on stream, because normally what happens is when I'm sitting at my computer all day long, what I do is I will only trade what I think is like the perfect opportunity. And sometimes what I do is when I'm streaming, I will try to make a trade, even if it's not a good one, just to do it because I'm live, because I know that people want to see trades. And so I've basically told myself, hey, I'm not going to be trading on stream unless I just so happen to have the perfect entry, perfect like opportunity. Because every time I trade on stream, I usually make bad trades because these days there's only like, I don't know, how many trades a day that are even worth taking? Couple. And so that's why what I will say though is like, if this, by the way, I'm not going to stay on to trade this, but if this dumps down to like 1.5 mil, it's probably like a free ass swing. So this is the last thing I'm going to say. Don't stop running till you're long gone, till you're long gone. Yeah, if this goes down to this level, this 0.618, probably a good play. That's why not trading. I don't like, yeah, I mean, I'm, yeah. How did my troll play go? My troll play overall, I can pull my P&L for it. I'll show you. You're asking, so I'm going to have to flex. I've made 6 figures on a couple different tickers before, but this is the first time that in the past like couple months that I made a clean 6 figures from like one coin. So we did good. Keep an eye on Satoshi here. This could be a good play. It seems like Pao is really going to try to push this. Chase, if you want to join Kanto too, I'll give you access as well. I'm going to be giving out free access to some people. I'm hopping off right now though. I'll likely be back on either tomorrow or something. So yeah, join up, tag me in public chat, do it now, and I will take care of it in a little bit. Otherwise, thank you guys. And if you need any